He's done an incredible job at Swansea. Look, you know, I'm not going to try and kid you. It's not Liverpool, but I think they've got a really good manager. I'm sorry to see Kenny go, of course, because of you know, he's such a special guy. But you know, these things happen in football. You know, you do have to change sometimes. You know, it's as sad as I am to see Kenny go. I'm looking forward to seeing a new manager come in as well and seeing what ideas and seeing, you know, if he can push the club, you know, which we all love, forward and, you know, first and foremost back into the Champions League spots, which is difficult these days, and then, you know, still trying to get back to that league title and still trying to win that. But look, there's a long road ahead, but I do believe, you know, Brendan Rodgers has definitely deserved the opportunity to manage a club like Liverpool, and if he can do the similar jobs he did at Swansea, but at a big club like Liverpool, and the type of football he's willing to play, which suits us. I'm really hopeful it's going to be a really exciting couple of years. So fingers crossed, to be honest.
Okay, coming up soon in our country is the Olympics. There are rumours you may be part of the squad. You talked about it briefly on ESPN tonight. What would it feel like if you won a gold medal? Something else to add to your accolades. What would that mean to you?
If I'm being honest, I've never really thought about, you know, gold medal, that type of thing. I'll let you all know now because you're here that I'm in the Olympic squad anyway. So you're the first people I'm supposed to keep it quiet, but it's June the bloody first now, so they should have let you lot know already. So I've told you. So yeah, I've agreed to do that, and it's a different challenge. I'm just looking forward to it. So I'm going to miss pre-season with Liverpool, which, you know, would have been nice to go to America, but you know, Olympics is a one-off, and when you're 32 going on 33, you don't get these opportunities. They don't come around too often, so it's an opportunity for me to play in a major tournament, and you know, fingers crossed it goes well.
Okay, just staying at Liverpool as well. What young talent do you feel is emerging in Liverpool? You know, in terms of who can we look forward to who's coming through the ranks? Not just at Liverpool, but Wales as well. Who else is kind of who can we look forward to seeing in the Premier League?
I like Liverpool and all the players I've seen coming through at the moment. I like there's a boy called Raheem Sterling. Listen, I don't think you should be treating him like that yet. He's still about 18. Let the boy have a career first, then give him a cheer. Because otherwise you'll kill him before he even starts. But he is a talent. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he can knuckle down, stay focused, and he'll have a good opportunity. And you know, he will have a very good career. He's got the potential to be a real star. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, see how he develops. I think on the Wales front, we have a young player called Joe Allen. I don't know if you've seen him at Swansea. Yeah. He's special. For me, he's one of our key players, and I would be shocked if I didn't see Liverpool going in for him this summer. I think he's a Brendan Rodgers player. He fits Liverpool off to a team, and I would personally think he'll probably end up at Liverpool. That's what I personally think. So. You know, if Liverpool do get their hands on him, they've got one out of a player.
Okay, there's one to look out for. Raheem Sterling is one out of a player. That's him too. Okay, here's one for you. This guy was named the English Premier League Sprint King. I don't know if you saw that in the press this year. So, still, you've still got it at that age. Who would win a race between you and Suarez, for instance?
Suarez, he looks slow, but he's deceivingly quick. But he isn't much of a sprinter, Suarez. He's a typical South American, as I mean, like Argentinian, Uruguayan. He's very strong, low gravity, can do things out of the ordinary. But for sprint wise, I think that's probably the only thing I'm better than him at. But I'd definitely say me over that. But as overall, I'm just I'm sure, like you all, we're just grateful. He's had one or two little bit of problems this year, but I'm just grateful he's just at our club, and hopefully we can keep him for many years, because for Liverpool to progress and keep moving forward, we need Lewis. We need Lewis there.
Yeah, second half, absolutely. Okay, listen, you guys, loyal supporters, I'm going to try and pull back the layers a bit of Craig here. I want a little bit of an insight into what it's like at Melwood, the training every day, who the characters, who the boys, and, you know, does Andy Carroll go through lots of shampoo and conditioner, and, who the boys who kind of rule the roost? Just give the fans a little bit of an insight what it's like to come to training every morning.
All clubs are different. Some clubs I've been at are very vocal. You know, when I was at West Ham, was just it was comical, day in, day out. You know, just had so many boys with that wit and that, you know, not afraid to say how they felt. Liverpool can sometimes be a bit of a quiet place. Carragher's very strong. He's probably my best mate there. And I think sometimes me and Carragher have too much say. You know, we're too vocal, where I feel other players take a step back from us. And I think Carragher is the main leader of the club, and I think sometimes he can intimidate one or two. There's a lot of young group of players, but I think Liverpool sometimes, because it's such a professionally well-run club, I think sometimes they forget to enjoy themselves as well. And I don't mean by going out and that, you know, but just enjoying the environment you work in. Exactly that, yeah.
You've got to do that.
Exactly. I think sometimes the pressures of the club can sometimes be a bit too much. Where at West Ham was, okay, we'll win, but we might lose the next 3 or 4, but we'll have a good time doing it, you know. And the fans didn't expect too much, and they had that wit as well, and it just sometimes it can be a nice environment, which I think Liverpool sometimes could do with taking a little bit out of ball. Because look, we play, you know, you've lost support, you know. We try and play as, you know, to the best of our ability, but we've got to enjoy the game. It is the best game in the world, and you know, you can't always be, you know, if you lose, then you can't go out the house for the next week because you're so depressed, and if you win, it's just relief, and you're just worried about the next one. You know, you have to enjoy your profession as well.
Hey, there's a lot of pressure playing for Liverpool, but it's worth it, I'm sure. Things like I wrote down who spends the most time in front of the mirror in the change rooms. Give them a bit of an insight into that. Who's the pretty boy in the team?
Most,
he's the vainest.
Yeah, the most vain. And it's not just Liverpool. He's probably the most vainest guy I've ever come across. Jose Enrique. He is unbearable at times. I think so many people have just had enough of him now. It's just, you know, not just that, he'd be in the mirror putting fake tan on his face, his body, and he's Spanish, so he looks... If you were me, then maybe you put fake tan on. He's Spanish, you look half decent anyway, you know? And he's there, and not just that, he's worried about his weight, and he'd eat like 6 nuts a day and have him in a package. His clothes are the worst clothes I've ever seen, but he thinks he looks unbelievable. He's actually a very funny guy, but when you speak to him and you tell him how bad he really is and how bad his clothes are, he won't have none of it. But for Vane, oh God, like I said, he's close to being unbearable. And even in the gym, when people have, you know, we have so many fitness coaches in the gym, and he doesn't do any of the exercises he's told. He does his own gym work, which basically doesn't improve you as a player, doesn't make you strong, just makes you look good in the mirror. Which for me sucks him up. You know, that's all he cares about. When he looks in that mirror, the reflection looking back at him, so he can, you know, so he can admire himself.
Brilliant. I've seen him wandering out Melwood in his underpants, and he does kind of walks with a bit of a swagger, doesn't he? All right, listen, Craig, again, we don't want to keep you too long. It's been a real busy day, but a couple more questions. You have, and you're a modest guy. I've got to know you over these last few months. You know, I often think kind of who players in the Premier League, well, which one that's playing reminds you kind of most of yourself, you know. You're still in your heyday, but who's playing now who you see a bit of spirit in, a bit of heart, you know, a bit of fighting that you think, yeah, do you know what, I used to be like that. Is there a player that you can pick out? Tell the fans.
I don't know, sometimes you always, when I look at a player, I look at who ability is obviously a key factor sometimes, but it's not the general, I don't concentrate as much on ability. You know, I love a player with a heart, and I always try and judge a player on, if I had to go to war, who would I want to go to war with? You know, would I want to go him next to me, or imagine him behind me or him in front of me? Yeah, I would go to war for these people, and especially with this guy. And probably, I know a lot of people got the wrong end of the stick, but for me, Carlos Tevez typifies that. You know, he just, the boys. You know, I know he's a warrior, but he is a warrior. You know, that guy. I watch the pain he puts his body through, because physically he isn't great, believe it or not. You know, his body shape is very bad. His conditioning to actually be a footballer is quite amazing, because if you looked at him, you'd say, you have no chance. But when you watch him play, he's so strong. He gives I watch him after the game, where the next 2-3 days he can't walk, he can't move. And I just think, do you know what heart that guy has? And I know he had a bit of a problem at Man City, but for me as well, I think you need rest, because he's just constantly playing, and what that boy puts his body through. Now he's fresh. I've spoke to him, and I feel fresh. He's ready to play again. And for me, that guy, you know, is everything you would want him. If you know, I'm not saying we'd ever get him, because I don't think we ever would. You know, I think circumstances and financial dictate that, but he was probably one of the most players I'd love to see. I'd love to play with again, because you know, he is a warrior. He's not a tattoo.
Good answer.